But I basically have kind of two key things that I think about with position sizing. So the first thing is basically, if I'm wrong on a particular investment that I'm making, I still want to be in the game after that. So therefore it can't be 100% of the portfolio. There's always, rule number one is don't lose money. And I think anytime you have a big drawdown, that can really hurt your long-term performance. So that's sort of the first thing I think about with position sizing. And basically, the smaller the chance I see of a permanent loss of capital, the more comfortable I am in making that sort of a bigger position in the portfolio. And the second thing I think about is, if I spend time studying an idea and come up with an investment that I think is, likely to work out quite well, I want to size it in a way to where if I am right, it makes a meaningful change in my net worth, essentially. So it's a bit of a balancing act between those two things. I don't want to size something so large that if I'm wrong, it really screws me up and it takes kind of years to recover. And I don't want to size something so small that, if you pick the next Amazon, it doesn't matter because you put $200 in it or something, right? So that's sort of the way that I think about this stuff.
Do you factor in like your future income, especially now that since we're not at Warren Buffett level to where, making a salary isn't going to make a huge dent in the portfolio. But right now, do you consider, well, maybe I can have a more lopsided portfolio right now because I know I have more income coming down very soon. Do you consider that at all in your allocation?
Yeah, it's something I think I'll hopefully consider less and less over time as
Right.
the portfolio grows, and it'll become my annual income will become a smaller percentage of the portfolio, hopefully. But it is something I think about a little bit. I mean, I'm only 26 years old, and relatively early days in the compounding world. So my annual savings do sort of build the cash position back up sort of naturally. So yeah, I think you probably could get a little bit more fully invested than you would otherwise, and perhaps a little bit more concentrated. But I probably think about the income stuff more around how I size a cash position rather than how I distribute, the investments I'm making within the portfolio.